Hey guys, what's up? Fan here again, and today I wanted to bring you guys a video in which I discussed my thoughts after playing for pretty much the full day after the closed beta update. And there were three things that I wanted to discuss in particular. So the first thing was Heroes League and everything about it, including, the draft mode the first day I played it, and the ranking system. Second thing I'm going to talk about is Thrall, the new hero you can see here. And the third thing I want to talk about is the Sky Temple map, just very briefly, the new map that has come out. So I'm going to give you guys my impressions on all these things here in this video, so stick around if you want to listen to that. Okay, so first thing is Heroes League. I pretty much spent all of yesterday playing Heroes League, or at least, a good 8 hours or so. And basically what I found when I was playing Heroes League yesterday is, obviously you can see on the screen there, I played 18 games yesterday, went 17-1, and now I'm ranked 34. And basically the way the ranking system works is that for every win you get, it's basically a rank up. Wins are 200 points, and losses are like negative 60 points, right? So for every win you get, you basically level up, and you can see that's true according to my win ratio. Everyone starts at rank 50, so if you win 17 times, you should be, 50 minus 17. So you should be rank 33, however, my one loss probably pushed me back one rank, so I'm rank 34. Now, I want to talk a little bit about how this ranking system works. I think, the point distribution changes a little bit after you get to rank 5, however, not that much. And when you get 200 points for a win and only 60 points for a loss, and this is just like a flat system, right? It doesn't matter what rank your opponents are. It doesn't matter on the MMR of your opponents. If you win whatever match it gives you, you get 200. If you lose whatever match it gives you, you lose 60. And this is not a very accurate way of predicting a person's real rank or real MMR. Because in this system, and there's also a lot of people on Reddit already talking about this, but basically it's too easy. You need 4 losses in order to overwhelm the points you get for a win, and that's really hard to do for, or that's really easy to avoid for most people. On Reddit, I think someone already did the math, and basically all you need is a 23% win rate in order to keep advancing in ranks, or at the very least stay even. And that's something that's just, that blows my mind. And basically what that means for this Hero League ranked mode is that this is not actually an MMR ranking. Basically what this is kind of a system where Blizzard just wants the average player to feel good. They want them to feel good about ranking up, and basically as long as you keep playing the game, you're guaranteed to rank up, because the system works so that you have to lose 4 games in order to rank down, whereas you just have to win 1 to stop it. So even if you're just an average player, even if you only have a 50-50 win rate, which normally indicates your rank stays the same, a 50-50 win rate in Heroes League would mean that you would continuously rank up, and you would hit rank 1 eventually, and you would hit it pretty fast too, in my opinion. So basically the ranking system, it's really not an accurate representation of MMR. It's not an accurate representation of ranking. What it really is it's just a nice thing that keeps track of how much you play. The more you play, the more ranking, or the higher rank you're going to be, absolutely guaranteed, because of the way it works. And yeah, it's just gonna make casual players feel really good about themselves, which is not a bad thing, of course, but I just wanted to make it clear that this is not an accurate representation of MMR whatsoever. There's also some people, Soldier from Symbiote Gaming, SMG, and Gloron from Glorious Gaming. Both of them played for like 26 hours straight when the closed beta patch came out, and both of them have already achieved rank 1. So yeah, basically I think their record was like 56 wins, 9 losses when they hit rank 1, and as you can see, both of them are, excellent players, but you can see how easy it was for them to hit rank 1. They did it in a little over a day, and basically that furthers my point, that pretty much this is the more you play, the higher rank you're gonna get. Really not that accurate in terms of MMR ranking, unfortunately. But yeah, that's pretty much all I have to say about the ranking system itself. Now I'm going to move on to the draft system. I can't really show you here in this screen, but basically the draft system, it goes, you know, there's a coin flip. Whoever wins the coin flip gets first pick, I believe, and then the other team gets 2 picks, and then you get 2 picks, and then the other team gets 2 picks, and then, you know, it just keeps going that way until all the picks are done. So the main deviation in the drafting system is that in competitive play there's a ban system. Each team gets 1 ban before you start the drafting, whereas in Heroes League there is no ban system. So all the heroes are up for grabs. The most broken ones, the best ones are up for grabs. And the one thing I found that made is that the teams are all very, you know, extremely strong right now. You're not going to be able to draft a bad team in Heroes League just because there's two of the most overpowered heroes are not going to be banned, right? Instead, they're going to be in the pool available to draft. And when you add that on to all the other decent and good heroes, that means that both teams are always going to look really, really strong. And, you know, for that reason, obviously you can see here, I've been only playing primarily strong heroes, whether ranged assassins or melee assassins in these games. And yeah, so you pretty much always want to be playing one of the stronger heroes because there's so many up. Your team can pretty much, each member of your team can get a very strong hero because there's no bans. So keep that in mind for the drafting process, and that's what I found out when I was playing yesterday. Next thing I want to talk about was what actually happened when I played yesterday. So the first day of Heroes League was very exciting and very fun for me, and I believe everyone else as well. I basically played with some friends from, you know, Team Heroes Hype and Team Barrel Boys, as well as some of my just real life friends and whatnot. And basically everyone was playing on the first day of closed beta. You know, on ladder you saw Cloud9 Maelstrom, you saw Cloud9 Vortex, you saw EG, Glorious, SMG. Just every team was playing on the first day of ladder, and it made it really, really fun and really exciting because every time you queued up, it was basically similar to a scrim. Both teams were obviously trying very hard to win because it was the first day of beta, and we didn't know how ranked worked. You want to get your ranked up and all that. So yeah, it was very fun. Played against you know, the Symbiote Gaming plus Gloron stack quite a few times, played against EG quite a few times, played against, you know, the Glorious Gaming stack minus Gloron quite a few times. So overall it was just very, very fun. Played against a lot of great people, and it felt like you just queued up for a random scrim almost. So it was a lot of fun in that regard. The queue time were almost never 360 seconds. As we got up in ranks, you know, queue time did go up, but overall it never really hit 360 in my opinion. So a big, you know, it's a lot better in terms of queue times. And yeah, other than that, you know, it was just really exciting to kind of see that you could queue up against all these great teams and great players and play them and whatnot. And you know, it is a good system if all the teams keep playing it like they did on the first day. If you're wondering, my loss was to Team EG, so, you know, props to them for playing well. And other than that, the only complaint I had about this system was that I heard that if you were queuing as 3 or 2 people, you can still queue into a group of 5 people, which obviously puts you at a huge disadvantage, and I don't like that. However, I think that's what they did in order to reduce queue times, so there's a trade-off going on there. However, overall, it is still pretty unfair for groups of 3 and 2 to queue into a predetermined group of 5 people. So, yeah, there is that. Other than that, that's really all I had to say about the Heroes League. So now I'm going to move on to Thrall. I'm not going to say too much about him. I didn't buy him, but I played with him on my team or against my team pretty much every single game. And overall, the consensus seems to be that Thrall is slightly overpowered. You know, he's not like Jaina, who everyone was like a question mark, and then it was determined that she was, you know, pretty average. Yeah, Thrall's a lot better than that. Pretty much picked every game that I saw, and overall it was all the sundering for his heroic ability. People seem to think that at least on the first day from what I saw, Sundering is a lot better than Earthquake. Everyone pretty much picked the Sundering. And other than that, people mainly played him as a roamer, kind of like Kerrigan or Zeratul. He does have a root that he can fire at you. So, that makes his roam really strong. If he hits his root and the lane hero plus Thrall just gets on you, you're very likely dead. He does a ton of damage. I think his auto attack damage is like 160 at level 1 or something, which is absolutely ridiculous. The auto attack damage of like Vala is 60 at level 1. So his auto attack damage is almost triple of Vala's. So you can see that this guy's very, very strong in terms of roaming. It might be only when he uses Wind Fury, but still very strong. Basically, use him as a roamer, get Sundering, and yeah, he's really good. Almost like a semi-tank as well with his healing trait. So that's about it for Thrall, really. That's the impressions I got from playing with and against him. And the last thing I wanted to talk about was the Sky Temple map, which I can't really show you here. But basically, my first impressions of the Sky Temple map were, it's a good map. It basically reminds me of Blackheart's Bay, where the map objective literally will kill your base. And there's three different temples instead of just one, turn-in point in terms of Blackheart's Bay. And what I like about the map is that you can contest the objective really easily. Basically, at any point, you just have to push your opponents off this circle, and then, as soon as they lose control of the circle, the shrine will stop firing at your base. Now, this is a lot better than Blackheart's Bay, in my opinion, because in Blackheart's Bay, one of the most infuriating things was that the team never really had to fight. The winning team could just go around doing objectives, forcing you to defend, and then when you're defending, they just go and turn in their coins. And then basically, if they get those coins in, there's absolutely nothing you can do. The 12 cannonballs are gonna hit your base 100%. And then they could just keep doing that. So that's why it was frustrating for like a team on the losing side, because you could never force a fight until it was too late. However, on this map, you can actually force a fight. If the enemy team is on a shrine, you can just go there as 5 and you can force them to fight. And if they don't want to fight, then they have to give up the shrine, and the shrine will go to your control. So in terms of Blackheart's Bay, it's kind of thinking like, even after they've turned in the coins, they have to stand there, and if you can force them off the ghost ship turn-in point, then the cannonballs will stop firing. It's kind of like that. So I like that a lot. It kind of gets rid of Blackheart's most infuriating and annoying point, in my opinion, especially in competitive play. However, it's really too early to say for sure whether or not this will work, or whether or not the map will be one of the better ones. So, if nothing else, it's a new map. It's really exciting. The graphics look amazing on it, and yeah, it seems to be an improved version of Blackheart's Bay. So I'm looking forward to it. Looking forward to playing it more times. I only actually played it once in the 18 games I played yesterday, which was kind of disappointing. But what can you do? So that about wraps it up for me, guys. Thanks for listening if you made it all the way to the end here. And if you have any comments or you want to discuss anything with me, feel free to leave it in the comment section below. Try and get back to you as fast as possible. And yeah, please subscribe to the channel. I'm going to make a lot of awesome guides out there. And other than that, thanks for watching, and until next time.